St. Andrews. They'll try to work it to the point. Four around in the corner. Off the boards, battle for it near the Northwood bench. It's picked up and St. Andrews in control. Back into the zone. Saints is now that's poked away for a moment, but kept in by St. Andrews, and now that's picked up and sent along by Batten, and now the rush comes the other way. It's Ritter Coombs. Coombs moving in, taking a shot. That one caught the goaltender up high. Meanwhile, Batten loses his stick. It got...
Did you get caught on?
Yeah.
We'll start all over again.
It got pitchforked high into the air. And now Mashiryakov, Bauman, and Batten, the line responsible for most of the offense for Northwood last night, comes out onto the ice. And now it's Schneid taking it at the point. Schneid relays it to Bauman. Bauman works it along. One timer from Bookbinder goes just wide.
Automatically connected.
Yeah. Here's Bookbinder working the point. Power play for Northwood. Bookbinder across. Schneid tried a centering pass. That one got broken up, but maintaining control is Bauman. Schneid along the near side. Relays it right in front. Batten takes it and shoots. That one blocked. And Bookbinder has no choice but to chase that one out of the zone. And now back along for Schneid. He'll work it ahead for Mashiryakov, who sends it around the boards to a waiting Batten along the far side. Batten, gave it away, almost. But Schneid back in the neutral zone to maintain control. Tried to dish it on for Bauman, but that pass off the mark and picked up by Mashiryakov in neutral ice. Minute 7 remaining on the power play for Northwood. Bauman and Schneid collide in a miscommunication as the puck drifts all the way down. Behind his own net, Henry Thornton working with it. Thornton dishes it off to Coombs. Ritter Coombs along the near side, walks it and fires. That one goes just wide. Blocker side past the Saints goaltender. And now this one set down the ice. 38 seconds to go on the Northwood man advantage. Bit of confusion behind the net there as Zelinik almost lost it. Picked up by Bart along the far side, but the play is called dead for an offsides. Just under 3 minutes gone by in the opening period. Unlike most Northwood games, we'll be playing 3:20s today instead of 2 halves of 25 for a more conventional structure. Mashiryakov takes the face-off and loses it. This one sent all the way down the ice, played by Zelinik to a waiting Bookbinder. Bookbinder behind the net, sends it up the ice. Batten along the near side, skates it in. Batten tried to center it to Mashiryakov. Mashiryakov does. It got loosened up in the crease and it's covered.
How much time is on the card? It's on the roof on the top right corner.
13 hours. And a face-off coming up in the St. Andrews end. 8 seconds to go on the Northwood power play. Off the draw, tie-up taken by Owen Flynn along the far side. Flynn gets it to the point. Holding the line is Jack Kent. Right around in front, looking for a one-timer from Flynn, but it's taken back the other way. 3-on-2 for the Saints. And that went out of play, it looked like. And oh no. Looks like another, nope. They're just whistling it dead because it went out of play. 16:42 gone by. It is 0-0. This one sent into the Northwood end. Jack Kent behind the net, backhands it around his own net. DiNapoli down there, tried to receive it. But a good heads-up play by St. Andrews player there to loosen it up. Played to the point by DiNapoli, but not out. Behind the Northwood net, there's a good save by Zelinik. Point-blank opportunity, and now another save from a little further out. And play is stopped. Just under 4 minutes gone by in the first period. Scoreless. At this point in last night's game, which ended with a final score of 8-5, it was already 2-1 Northwood as this one sails wide of the net. Turning and flexing it out, a developing 2-on-1 for Northwood. Coombs across to Batten, he scores! It's Billy Batten on a odd man break for Northwood on a beautiful assist from Ritter Coombs, and just like that, it's 1-0 Northwood. Just great play by that entire line there, as good heads-up play to spring the 2-on-1. Looked like Schneid was the one who made that pass up to Coombs. And a good job making that happen by that top line for Northwood. Sent across the ice along the far side. Played away by Thornton. And now along the far side, it'll trickle back into the St. Andrews end. And now pressure there as Schneid took it away. Schneid looking for an option in front, instead sends it around the net and behind to the point for Thornton. Thornton looking, just pitchforks it back into the zone, and now it's Coombs in the far side corner. Ritter Coombs along the far side, shoots through traffic, and that one stopped. Batten, corner for Schneid. Now it's Coombs trying a centering pass back to Batten, but he's tied up by a couple St. Andrews guys, and now it's skated out 2-on-2 the other way, instead electing to circle back, and now they start the rush all over again. Moving in along the far side, trying a centering pass. That one picked off by Sparrow and skated the other way. Here's Bauman through center. Bauman up now for Sparrow to Mashirikov, back to Bauman, and a beautiful opportunity and an even better save by the Saints goalie, as now a developing 3-on-2 the other way, but Northwood hustling back to break that play up, and now it's Bauman skating it the other way, 1-on-3 as he cuts it back through neutral ice, setting it up ahead for, looks like Sparrow along the far side. Yes, Sparrow. Now behind the net, Bauman tied up for a moment. Sparrow tried a centering pass. That went off the outside of the net and all the way back down. Lervik skating back for it. Lervik sent it up for Sparrow, who had it for a moment but couldn't handle the pass. And now St. Andrews regains possession. This one, shot in. Behind the net, Bookbinder back there. Shots on goal, 8-3 in favor of Northwood. It's a 1-0 hockey game. Off the goal by Batten. There's a near disaster on a defensive breakdown for Northwood as a St. Andrews forechecker ended up with the puck. And now an opportunity the other way. And now attempting to center it, and it's picked off by Schmidt. Sent the other way, it's Bard along the near side boards. Bard trying to center, and Schmidt couldn't handle that one soon enough to get the shot off, and now takes a tumble in the corner as Bard dishes it to Lasky. Lasky to the point, back in front, and that attempted pass was picked off. Oh, but kept in by Lasky and sent around the boards. Andrew Schmidt in there to check for it, and here comes St. Andrews back the other way. Here's a lead pass springing, and oh, what a move! Moving in and trying a shot from a tough angle. That was stopped by Zelenik, and the rebound, another save. And now into the far side corner. That was Parker Aspridge in there for a moment. Here's a shot that got blocked, a rebound. Dangerous rebound there, and Trudeau able to break that play up. And now he has it. Trudeau will turn and send it off the boards and out. Trudeau will get to it and pitchfork it into the St. Andrews end. Good pressure here by Northwood. Now they finally get out of the zone, and here they come the other way. Along the far side, working there, right back in front. Oh, and a mishandle there. Could have been disastrous, could have maybe sprung a breakaway if another one of his buddies hadn't come in and saved the day. Now in their own end, St. Andrews will attempt to get it out, but Batten will tie him up in the corner. Batten and Coombs in there digging for it. Coombs pokes it loose, now gets it himself. Coombs setting up a one-timer, and James Schneid scores! James Schneid, who recently committed to Princeton, has made it 2-0 Northwood. 7:46 into the first period. Goals from Batten and Schneid. 2-0 Northwood. off the draw. It's won back by St. Andrews, 27, who had 2 goals last night. Along the far side, able to poke it away is Thornton, but it's kept in, and now a long shot goes just to the left of Zelenik, blocker side. Now in the far side corner, good tie up there as Coombs able to dig it free, and now he skates it out himself in a 3-on-2 developing for Northwood. Now a 2-on-1. An attempted pass across, good stick by the St. Andrews defender. Meanwhile, Batten takes a tumble in the corner and a long shot from the point by Thornton, gloved and held, and we get a stoppage of play as the action heating up in the last 3 minutes. And again, that probably should have been 3-0, but a really good play by number 7 for St. Andrews, getting that stick down, able to get just enough of it to redirect that pass to prevent Batten from getting a clean one-timer off. Now this one turned over in their own end by St. Andrews, and digging for it is Lervik, and he'll send it around the boards, but not strong enough to get to the other side, and instead it's picked up by St. Andrews. Sent out of the zone into neutral ice, sending it up ahead. Along the far side, a pass across and a goal! Another one of the 2 goal scorers from last night coming through, and St. Andrews is on the board, and they answer right back. So it took a little while for them to get going, but so far this is pretty similar to last night's barn burner. It's 2-1 Northwood, and we're less than 9 minutes in. 8 minutes and 39 seconds to be exact, as out to take the face off is Aiden Lasky, and he's able to win it back. That's Bart along the near side, trying to touch it ahead for Lasky, but it's turned over. Now back the other way, forced off the puck is St. Andrews. Lasky will go retrieve it, and that attempted dump in goes off the shoulder of a St. Andrews player, and now all the way down into the end where it's played there. And now along the far side, set all the way out and attempted trying to spring number 8 to go in on a breakaway, but that pass a little off the mark, and it will be called for an icing. 10:56 to go in the first period. It's 2-1 Northwood. All 3 goal scorers tonight scored in last night's game as well. This attempted centering pass goes off the skate of the linesman, and now around behind the net. It's picked up by Bard. Bard still has it, and Taganov, takes a huge hit. Might have been a little late there as he sent it in and got plowed right afterwards. Taganov back on his feet, that's good to see. Taganov played it ahead, and now picked up by Thornton. Bard in with Thornton as Northwood will change up. Bard in the corner, pressured, and now forced off the puck, and St. Andrews will pick it up. In the corner, number 29 has it. 29, bodied there by Trudeau. Trudeau in there digging for it, and now it's out into the neutral zone, and now skating it back in. He didn't have a point in last night's game, but number 15 pretty good. And now ahead along the far side, it's picked up by the guy who had the empty netter last night, and now it's behind the net, right around the front, and a shot. Looked like it went off the stick of Zelenik and into the corner, maintaining control, but not for long, and skated out. And here's an opportunity as that's Napoli with his speed, skating ahead. The goalie was out of position there for a second. Flynn takes a fall. No penalty called there. And now hurriedly skating back is Lervik, and just able to get enough on it to spring a rush the other way. But Flynn loses control. In neutral ice, Batten tag team there, and has the puck taken away from him. Now it's sent back into the zone and behind the net for Bjorn Lervik. Lervik will send it up ahead along the far side, trying to poke it ahead and all the way back into the St. Andrews end, and they'll try to get the rush going again. Picked up by Coombs. He'll try to get it out. He will. In neutral ice, it's poked away and picked up by Batten. Batten tried a cross-ice pass, but that went off the skate of a St. Andrews defender. Oh, it's picked up by Coombs right in the middle, and he's tag teamed and forced off the puck, and now back the other way. Quick turnover there, picked up by Mashirikov, skating it the other way. What a move! Mashirikov to Ritter Coombs, and he lost control. He tripped on his own stick. And now back the other way come the Saints along the far side. He had 2 goals last night. He's skating with it now, and a shot off the stick of Bookbinder and out of play. As the action continuing to heat up in the last 5 minutes. Off the draw, tie up for a moment in the face-off circle, but then it's won back and controlled by St. Andrews. Here's a long shot from the point. Looked like it went off the skate of Schneid. I'm sorry, that was Mashirikov. In the corner, battling for it is Sparrow. They push and shove there for it. Mashirikov in there as well. Mashirikov tried a diving attempt, springs a guy, and now it's great fun. That one tied up for it. A little baseball action there as that one airmailed into the corner by Asbridge, and now maybe a penalty coming up here. It looks like there will be a penalty. Maybe 2 guys going in the box here, and some more hostilities. And it looks like Parker Asbridge and the only Saints goal scorer from tonight, 28 and 28 when we headed to the box. Also Sparrow and Parker Asbridge are in the box for Northwood. And both 2 goal scorers from last night for St. Andrews are in the box as well. And some confusion here, as looks like the Northwood bench thought they were going to play 3-on-3, and instead they'll play 5-on-5 for probably the next 2 minutes. Around the boards, picked up and now sent the other way. Schneid forced off the puck, Batten in the corner, Batten with it, skating it, near side. Still battling for it. Coombs had it for a moment, now picks it up again. Behind the net, dishes to Batten. Batten right in front, Schneid takes a shot, it deflects it off a defender, and it's 3-0 Northwood. A 2-goal afternoon for James Schneid already. Captain Princeton, 3-1 Northwood. So another fast start for this Northwood forward core as they've notched 3 goals, 1 from Billy Batten, 2 from Schneid. Meanwhile, pitchforking it in is Bookbinder. That puck skips over the stick of a St. Andrews player behind the net. The goalie going back to play it. Uh-oh, they've got 2 Northwood players coming from either side and just barely got it away. Skating it ahead. Neutral ice. Oh, almost got through, but it goes a little too far. And it's covered by Zelinik. And now some extracurriculars on the far side. Mashirikov gets wrestled to the ice in a judo move. And now... And we'll have some more people heading off the ice. And a party in the penalty box here. 3 in the box aside for both teams. As the hostilities and tempers starting to flare here as well. They flared at the end of last game as well. And the St. Andrews bench after all this looking a little empty. Oh man, compare that to the North. Both benches looking a little thin there, as they've got 3 guys aside in the penalty box in addition to the guys on the ice. These benches in the USA rink are smaller. This might be by design. 6:56 to play in the first period. 3-1 Northwood. Off the draw, it's one back by Batten to Jack Kent. Now Batten ahead, skating it ahead. Looks like it's 4-on-4 here. Oh, and Batten taken down. We're probably going to see a lot more of that this afternoon as hostilities flaring, and now it's Schneid picking it up and shooting. He's looking for the hat trick. Instead, it's covered, and now the goaltender takes a hit after the play by Batten. So definitely some edge to the game now. James Schneid looking for the hat trick. Mashuryakov to take the draw. Picked up by Ritter Coombs. Far side. Oh, Lervik couldn't keep it in. And he just has to send it around, and St. Andrews will start their rush the other way as they break out of the zone and poked ahead in the neutral ice. 2-on-4 the other way for St. Andrews, and instead they'll regroup. 4-on-4 for the next minute and 20 seconds. Skated ahead, and that one poked away. Coombs off the boards and ahead for Mashuryakov. Look at that speed. Oh, and Mashuryakov, that's the second big hit he's taken in about 3 minutes as he goes down there attempting to skate ahead for that puck. That looked incidental though. Ahead comes Sparrow. I'm sorry, it's Jack Kent around the net and trying a centering pass. He was looking for Coombs. It's kept in by Bookbinder. Meanwhile, Mashuryakov was checking his face for maybe some blood as he went to the bench. That's Schmidt now for Coombs. Coombs to the point. Bookbinder walks in, shoots, loose puck in the crease. Picked up and sent out of the zone. Bookbinder back in to pinch and grab it. He gets taken down. Northwood wanted a call, and it looks like now they're going to get one. It's going to be a slash on number 8, and the proverbial prisoner exchange going on here as Radas 27 and 28 come out for those roughing minors. Number 8 going to the box, and will be 4-on-3 for the next 25 seconds. Northwood will maintain a power play for the full 2 minutes. We'll just gain an extra guy, but these 25 seconds are where they're going to want to focus on if they want to capitalize on this opportunity and hopefully get James Schneid his hat trick. And right as I say that, it gets sent around the boards and out. So that'll burn off a few seconds. Thornton will start the rush the other way. He's got Schneid, Lervik, and Batten. Batten along the near side, skates it around behind the net. Batten relays to the point. Lervik winding up and now dishes it off to Thornton. Back to Lervik. One-timer, Batten! Good pad save there, and it's cleared out of the zone, and now it's 5-on-4 as those roughing minors from earlier out of the box. Skating it ahead is Bauman moving in. Bauman getting by everybody, but is eventually bodied off the puck and now whistled here as in what has now become an all too familiar scene on this rink, both this game and last game. The net is off its moorings. I'm sorry, just last game. It's the first time this has happened this game. Last game, I think it happened about 10 times in that 8-5 barn burner. Mashuryakov tied up in the face-off circle. Now it's Schneid walking in, shooting. Oh, almost. And a couple saves made there. Now it's Schneid walking in and shooting, and that one stopped. And now it's Mashuryakov in the corner, dishing it off for Batten. Batten to Mashuryakov. He's got Bauman in front. Instead to Bookbinder. He shoots. That goes off the goalpost. Right around in front of the backhander by Bauman off the side of the net. And now cleared out of the zone. Oh boy, a couple opportunities there for Northwood to capitalize. And now this one deflected out of play. Some really good chances there for Northwood on that power play. And a few close calls. Looked like 2 posts there. One off the deflection by Mashuryakov, a really good deflection, and the other one off the point shot by Bookbinder. Ultimately, the puck stays out of the net with 35 seconds to go on the power play. Northwood, their second power play unit out. Kicking it ahead is Trudeau. Now back for Thornton. Trudeau gets taken down behind the play, and now it's sent out, and almost an opportunity here as the puck was taken away from Coombs. Now it's Thornton starting to rush the other way. Thornton to Coombs into the St. Andrews end. Coombs shoots and a save. With 3:31 to go, 11 seconds on the penalty, and now some extracurriculars behind the play as Trudeau getting into it with the goaltender, who rips the stick away from Trudeau and tosses it into the corner. And tempers really starting to flare here, but I don't think anybody off the ice really cares. They're having fun. And now Trudeau getting sent to the box. So it'll remain 5-on-4. Schneid going in there to argue. Looks like a penalty coming up too, so we'll see what it is. So Trudeau off the ice, it'll be 4-on-4, and then St. Andrews will actually get a power play off of it, is how it looks like it's shaping up here. Schneid, meanwhile, arguing his case to the ref in front. Well, this has been a pretty entertaining. Northwood needs a third guy out there. Looks like Hudson DiNapoli now gets extradited to the penalty box, called off the bench, and we ready to resume play yet? Looks like we are. Here's the face-off taken by Parker Asbridge as it's sent out to the point. Here's a shot, good pad save by Zelenik. Right in front, that one went through the crease, airborne. And now Jack Kent in there to pressure, Asbridge in there, sends it off the boards and out of the box, and now a power play for St. Andrews for the next minute and 40 seconds. Here's an opportunity, as that was a good move there. Now around in front, down low, right back, and unable to handle that pass as it went off his skates, and it's cleared out of the zone by Northwood. Along the other end now, behind the net. Both the 2 goal scorers from last night for St. Andrews on the ice. Picked up by Lervik. Lervik will take it, and he will shoot it out of the zone. And that one, attempting to play it, was the St. Andrews goaltender, but that one skipped over his stick, and now out of the zone come the Saints. Moving it ahead, and unable to handle that pass. Bookbinder will take it, will flex it around and all the way down. And that'll burn some precious seconds off the clock. With 50 seconds to go on the man advantage for St. Andrews, they'll start the rush the other way. Through center, out of 15, 27. Far side, sent around the boards. Right in and behind to the point, right back, in front, and that one carefully played away, and now, and that one skipped over the stick, and taking a fall was Schneid. And now some confusion here as Northwood only had 3 guys on, but it's picked up, and ultimately this actually proves useful as Sparrow got on late and was able to jump right on the puck and clear it out. And now along the far side, penalty is over. DiNapoli skates to the bench. Going onto the ice is Bard. Bard in there to pressure. This one poked into neutral ice. And this one whistled for an offside with 1:16 to go in the period. 3-1 Northwood. Off the draw, it skated out, and ahead come the Saints as that one skips over the stick of Lervik. Behind the net is Bookbinder, poking it along. Bookbinder sends it out of the zone. Time for the neutral zone, picked up by Bard, he's in. Bard going into pressure, and the goaltender able to send it around just before Bard got there. And now ahead come the Saints again, looking for one last opportunity this period. Rolling it back, off the boards. Here come the Saints moving in. That one poked away, off the boards. Lasky sent ahead for Scheid, who takes it and pressured there and forced to give it up. And now Thornton along the near side. Thornton forced off the puck in the corner, sent out of the zone. All the way down. Batten skating back for it. Batten ahead. Scheid dishes it. Coombs walks in, tries a shot, save, rebound, oh, off the post from Scheid. He was that close to a hat trick. Oh my goodness. Northwood has hit 3 posts in the last 7 minutes of this period as the final seconds wind down. And this first period, action-packed first frame is over. And we got a little bonus at the end as Ritter Coombs in there pushing and shoving, doing what he does best. 3-1 Northwood after one. Certainly been an exciting 20 minutes. And we'll be back after the break. second period underway from the Olympic Center. Switch sides as this one played by Lervik for a moment, but set back in. Around the boards it goes. Off the boards, long shot from the point, just over the glove of Joseph Zelinek. Along the far side and able to skate it out. Sent ahead, Lervik will turn and flex it out of the zone, but not that far. And along the boards, it's Lasky turning and pitching it in behind the net. Pass ahead into neutral ice. Right in front. Oh, and a good play by Northwood. 3-on-2, developing the other way. Coombs cuts it back and shoots that one blocker to side. In the corner, Batten with it and lost control. And now behind the net, sending it around. Off the boards. Batten takes it to the point. Long shot. Oh, that went off the side of the net. Looked like Asbridge's shot went through the goaltender. Along the boards, they battle for it. Behind the net. Coombs tried to poke it along. Off the back and skated ahead. Good stick there by Asbridge to break that play up. Oh, and it's turned over. And now an attempted pass in front. Trickles wide and set down. Meanwhile, taken down is Mashirikov, but there's no call on that. Along the near side, picked up there by St. Andrews. Crunched along the boards is number 27 by number 16, Anthony Sparrow from Northwood. Behind the net, there's two St. Andrews guys back there. Eventually, it just comes along the near side, and Asbridge able to poke it loose. Sparrow touches it on for Mashirikov. Mashirikov into the zone, and Northwood will change up. Long pass down the side, and Zdanov able to get in there with enough pressure to break that play up. Along the near side, behind the net, Bauman. Off the boards goes Thornton. Ahead for Bauman, he skates it ahead. Look at the speed. Bauman right in, taken down, and no call on that as his shot went just wide. Along the far side, here comes St. Andrews. Puck is lodged in the skates, and now an opportunity the other way for Bauman. Cole Bauman walks in, shoots, and that one deflected out of play. Just over 3 minutes gone by in the second period. 3-1 Northwood. A couple great opportunities for Bauman there and a couple good defensive plays. I'm surprised that first one didn't result in a penalty. Off the draw, it's one back. Quick shot by Schmidt, is gloved. Off the draw, another quick shot by Schmidt and gloved again. So we'll try this again. Off the draw, Schmidt tried to shoot, instead he's taken down, so we won't get the exact same sequence 3 times in a row. Instead, right across the crease is Bard, and there's nobody on the receiving end. Here's an opportunity the other way, but that pass skips over the stick of the intended target, and now Bard back the other way, maybe a 3-on-2 developing for Northwood. Bard looking for options to Bookbinder, right in front for Schmidt, and his shot deflected there, and now looked like Bard took down the goaltender, and he was immediately swarmed by 2 Saints. And the refs will sort all that out. Hostilities beginning to brew again as Bard and one of the guys who tried to rugby scrum him are gonna get sent to the box here. So by the sound of it, looks like it's going to be 4-on-4. So they're going to have to call one of those guys back. So 2 guys aside in the box for either team. And it looks like we'll play 4-on-4. Schneid, Batten, Lervik, and Dan Bookbinder out there for the Huskies. With Devin Bard in the box for pancaking the goalie and then getting his face mask ripped off. Batten lost the draw. Batten sends it across. Bookbinder has room to shoot, and he sends it over top of the net. Batten plays it back for Lervik. Across to Bookbinder. Now Batten, good job there to maintain control, but not for long, as that one skated ahead by St. Andrews, and maybe an opportunity developing here. Here's a pass across, open shooting lane, but a good stick at the last minute by Bjorn Lervik to get in the way of that. Schneid sends it ahead for Batten. Batten maintains control, dishes it back to Bookbinder. Bookbinder shoots, it hits Schneid in front, and it stayed out. And now ahead comes St. Andrews on a 3-on-2. Moving it in, shooting over top of the goaltender Zelenik. And now Schneid, oh, didn't see it in time. That could have been an opportunity for him to knock a hat trick. Ahead it comes, there's a shot. That one goes high and wide again. In the corner, Bookbinder around the boards, played along to the point. Picked off, oh, and almost as Schneid missed the spring pass looking for Ritter Coombs. Behind the net is Coombs, able to poke it free, goes in to try and control it, and now Mashiryakov will, in front, Coombs scores! 4-1 Northwood off a giveaway by the goaltender. Mashiryakov sets up Ritter Coombs, and it's a 3-goal lead for the Huskies. And he's fired up as he goes to the bench. Boy, oh boy, that is a terrible, terrible turnover that St. Andrews just made there. And again, a pretty bad job responding to it too, as Coombs was left wide open. I mean, wide open in front of the net. There wasn't a guy within 10 feet of him. And now St. Andrews looking to respond the other way, flipping it ahead, past Thornton into the zone. Thornton with Mashiryakov able to tie him up. Mashiryakov ahead for Coombs, and now Coombs looking for his second of the game. Dishes it back to Mashiryakov, now to Kent, he shoots it, a save. And so we get a stoppage with 14:33 to go, 4-1 Northwood off the goal by Ritter Coombs. 6 seconds to go on the Coincidental Miners. 4-on-4 for 6 more seconds. Off the draw, Lasky to Schmidt. Schmidt tried a quick shot, but that was blocked. Lasky able to just backhand it back into the zone. And now pinching right in front, tried to set it across, and that one broke it up and sent the other way, and a 3-on-2 developing for St. Andrews, maybe a 4-on-2. And oh, that one loosened up, and now back the other way is Bard. We know he can move, but that time tied up for a moment. Bard sends it off the boards into the St. Andrews end, and now they come out with it and dump in. Behind is Zdanov to go and get it. Zdanov tying up the St. Andrews man behind the net. Off the boards, poked free by Bard, but not out. Bard, meanwhile, is tied up there as that puck trickles out of the Northwood end, and St. Andrews will have to re-enter, and they don't do it properly, and the play is offsides. with 13:44 to go in the second period. Huskies lead it 4-1, and they are outshooting St. Andrews 22-8 right now. If you want an idea of how lopsided this game, particularly this period, has felt, Northwood has just had so much room to work with. But now, St. Andrews will get an opportunity to get one back as they'll go on the power play here. As Bard goes to the box for, I believe, the third time today. Oh, and Mashuryakov blocks a heavy shot there. Look to block another one, and now Bookbinder blocks a one-timer. What a great job there by the Northwood penalty killers, blocking 2 heavy shots in a row off a huge one-timer. Now right in front, around in front, and it's covered by Zelinik. And now some extracurriculars after the whistle as Bookbinder and Lurvik both go for takedowns. And we've got a full-on scrum on the other side, and eventually the referees regain control. And we got a couple guys revisiting the penalty box for, I think, the second or third time tonight. Third time for number 8, second, I think, for Bookbinder. As this has been a really interesting afternoon in terms of the fights that we've had after the whistle and the scrums. Lurvik and Bookbinder both went for takedowns there. They each had 2 St. Andrews players pinned to the ice. But it remains 5-on-4 for the next minute and 49 seconds. Off the draw, one back by St. Andrews. They're able to keep it in. Walking the line, far side, back to the point. Down low, and now they'll switch spots, 27 and 28. 27 has it poked away, and it trickles out of the zone. Along the far side, into the zone, St. Andrews will set up, cross ice. That first power play unit still out there for St. Andrews. Lost a couple guys due to the fight, but the core group, 27 and 28, still intact. Now across, and to the point, cross again. Walking the line, looking for an option. Across, coast to coast, right down low, looking, sends it across. Good pressure by Batten to force that, and now a stick save made by Zelinik. As that one upended up and out of play. With 48 seconds to go on the St. Andrews power play, 4-1 Northwood. And the penalty kill unit, Mashuryakov, Schneid, Asbridge, and Lurvik. All 4 of them have been in some way involved in scrums today, as there's a great clear there by Mashuryakov all the way down. That'll burn a few seconds off the power play. St. Andrews trying to find an opening. They eventually enter the zone and send it around behind. In there to pressure is Asbridge along the boards. And now it's taken away. Here's a pass to the point. Right back. Around to the far side, setting up a one-timer. Zelinik lost it for a moment. It's loose in the crease, and they score! It bounced around a few times, and it eventually wound up in the back of the net on a freaky sort of play that saw the puck pinball around in the crease, and at the end of it, St. Andrews gets another one, and it's 4-2. So St. Andrews narrows it to a 2-goal deficit. Remember, Northwood up at one point in the second period, 4-2, last night as well, would wind up losing 8-5 that game. So this game certainly is not over yet, if there were any that thought that. And now ahead comes St. Andrews. Oh, and number 12 tag teamed and taken down by 3 Northwood players. And now some chippiness in the corner here. Sparrow looking for it. It's picked up by Thornton and skated out. Ahead for Sparrow. Here's an opportunity. Sparrow from Ashuryakov. That pass a little off the mark. And a centering pass off a skate and into the... and up over the glass. 11:22 to go. And almost everybody out of the box. Still one lone soldier over there for St. Andrews. The Northwood penalty box is empty for the first time in what seems like an age. Batten to take the draw. Batten wins it back. Coombs had it for a moment. Now it's Kent. Behind to Batten, tried a centering pass. That one picked off by Ellen. Turned over immediately, and a long bouncer from the point by Thornton fluttered it on net and easily patted aside. Now it's picked up by Batten for a moment. Behind the net, picked up by St. Andrews, and along they come. Coombs will turn and flex it into the St. Andrews end. Having trouble getting out of the road end here. Good pressure by Schneid. Oh, and a huge hit in neutral ice as Ritter Coombs got run into. And the guy who ran into him just bounced off. And now Coombs in there again battling for it. Coombs is pinned to the boards. Meanwhile, a 2-on-1 here for the Saints. Getting back his bag to break the play up, but still a 3-on-2. Here's a shot. Looked like Zelenik got a piece of it as it goes wide of the net. Now a long pass cross ice was picked off by the goal scorer on that power play. And now Alt flipped ahead and over the stick of Thornton. And now into the corner. It's picked up by the Saints. To the point. Long shot over top of the net. Loose puck in the crease, and they score! And some extracurriculars after it. Zelenik is down in the net. The net is off. Zelenik is down. The Saints have scored. And at the end of it all, it's 4-3. Zelenik still down on the ice. And looks like he's getting up. The athletic trainer thought about going out for a moment, but Zelenik gets up and he's okay, so he will exit the ice. So it's 4-3. It's 4-3 Northwood. Off the draw, it's back for Lervik, now for Bookbinder. Bookbinder ahead, and that pass missed its mark, and that'll be an icing, and Northwood pretty upset with that. As Schmidt, sorry, that's Lasky, upset there. So a face-off back in the Northwood end. Shots on goal 25-12 in favor of Northwood. They lead 4-3, but St. Andrews with 2 unanswered goals. Pass picked off for a moment, but skated ahead by Bookbinder. Here they come. Bookbinder trying a centering pass that will glove for a moment by Lasky into the corner. Lasky will pick it up himself. Lasky in the corner. And sent out to the point. Bookbinder thought about a shot, but instead tried to flip it back in. Now it's Schmidt keeping it in, but not for long. And now an opportunity the other way for St. Andrews. They got a 3-on-2, with that play broken up by Lervik and sent out for Bard, who takes a huge hit. And now ahead for Schmidt. Schmidt pressuring, dives, and able to flip that puck on goal where it's covered. And a face-off coming up in the St. Andrews end with 9 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the second period. Off the draw, Flynn chases it down and able to keep it in. Trudeau along for DiNapoli. DiNapoli gets it to Flynn. Flynn Leaves it for DiNapoli. DiNapoli behind the net. In there. And now around behind. And this one sent all the way out and down. And this will be an icing as Asbridge skates for it. 8:52 to go in the second period, 4-3, Northwood. Off the draw, it's one back to Zdanov, who sends it around the boards. Behind the net, it's Mashuryakov. Mashuryakov taken down. And now on the far side corner, St. Andrews with it, around the boards. And now they'll attempt to break out, and here they come. Here's a shot towards the net that looked like Zelenik got a piece of, and now it's skated ahead, and that's Cole Bauman with it. Bauman tried a cross-ice pass, but a good stick there by the St. Andrews defender to break that play up. Now in the far side corner, skating with it is, looks like Sparrow. Sparrow almost got it back, but then it's cleared out. Bookbinder sends it ahead. Up, off the skate, and back into the Northwood end where it's played by Ilya Zdanov. Zdanov around the net for Bookbinder. Bookbinder sends it out, touched by Coombs, and into the St. Andrews end. It's sent around the boards. Right back. Coombs in there. Hangs onto it. Coombs able to dish it out to the point for Bookbinder. Bookbinder surveys, shoots, and that one gloved. It's 7:26 to play in the second period. Quick shot, blocker to side. In the corner, along the boards, tie up there. Eventually St. Andrews will gain control and just flip it out of the zone, but it's knocked down and sent in by Ritter Coombs from just outside the zone. This one backhanded along, now skated ahead by St. Andrews. Here they come along the near side, turning with it, dishing it to the point. Here's a long shot that looked like it went off the blocker of Zelenik, just a touch. Here is a opportunity here. Zelenik lost it for a moment, but he's able to hang on for just long enough for one of his defensemen to clear it down the ice, and it's going to be an icing. And attempting to sneak some guys off the ice were the Huskies. Remember, on icings cannot change. Offensive zone face-off for St. Andrews, down 1, 6:30 to go in the second period. Here's a centering pass off a skate in front. Net was open. Now along the boards, it's Schmidt able to chip it out of the zone. And now it's Schmidt for Lasky. Lasky with it. Lasky sends it around the boards for Schmidt. Schmidt with the puck, tied up in the corner. They jam for it. Schmidt and Bard are in there for Northwood. Schmidt comes away with it for a moment, but the puck stayed in place. He couldn't get it long, and now off the boards and out. Turning is Lasky, sending it back in. Off the boards. Oh, it hit the linesman and stayed close to the St. Andrews blue line, and now back the other way come Northwood. Along the far side, it's Trudeau. Tried to throw it across the crease, but Bard was nowhere near it. Bard with the puck. Bard sends it, and that one sent behind the net. Tying up there is Owen Flynn, and this one picked up by St. Andrews and skated the other way. Here's a long shot on goal, and that one, big rebound there, picked up and cleared out of harm's way by the Huskies. Here's an opportunity in front, save, rebound in front, a backhander, and it's behind the net and cleared away by the Huskies, but not out. Good glove there by 27 to keep it in. He still has the puck and now sends it up to the near side. Here's a shot, stopped by Zelenik, loose puck, Zelenik covers, and taken down is Thornton right after the play. With 4:59 to go and some more extracurriculars here. And even more extracurriculars. There's Thornton giving an extra shove. And Thornton and the guy he was meleeing with will head to the box. Taking the draw is Batten, winning it back to Bjorn Lervik, who will dish it off, and now skating it the other way is Bookbinder. Bookbinder touches it along for Batten. Batten has the puck. We're playing 4-on-4 right now for the next minute and 45 seconds. Behind the net, Batten curls, gets it to the point for Bookbinder. Now to Lervik, he shoots, and this one kept in by Batten as it rattled around the boards. Now behind the net, to the point, Schneid to Batten. Or I'm sorry, that's Bookbinder. Now to Lervik, through traffic and a save. 4:26 to go in the second period. 4-on-4 for the next minute and 27 seconds. The penalty box is once again occupied. More times than not this game. Offensive zone face-off coming up for the Huskies. Run back by St. Andrews, around the boards. Bashirikov turns and sends it in. Haven't said his name in a while this period. This one off the boards and played ahead by Bauman. Bauman forced off the puck behind the net. It's loose there. Bashirikov in front for Bauman. Loose puck, and that one cleared away. Bauman, bouncing puck, kept in a short 2-on-1. Bauman shoots, and that one blocked. A couple opportunities there for Cole Bauman. Meanwhile, Bookbinder tied up and couldn't make a play on the puck to keep it in, and St. Andrews will take it back the other way. The action heating up here. Here's a long shot, played aside by Joseph Zelenik, and now a tie up in the corner. Bashirikov will dig for it. Long shot, stopped by Zelenik again. In the corner, picked up by Kent, sent around the boards, and Bookbinder will play it. Bookbinder leaves it around the boards for Thornton. Thornton to Bookbinder. Bookbinder looking for an option. Instead hits the skates of Anthony Sparrow, and now out for Sparrow himself, and now Sparrow turns it over. Here's a chance the other way, and skating it ahead behind the Northwood net. Picked up by Jack Kent for the Huskies. Kent with it. Tied up. Kent still couldn't get a firm grip on it, and now a long shot from the point, punched out by Zelenik. Now a loose puck in front, and that attempted centering pass was blocked by Bookbinder, but his attempted clear was a little muffin that got kept in. I think he was trying to lift it and just misplayed it. And now in the corner, finally picked up by Lasky, and now Northwood will get it out and start the rush the other way as Thornton will dump in, and Northwood will change up and get some fresh legs on the ice. Lervik, Schneid, and Asbridge on the ice for the Huskies. 2:20 to go. Off the boards. And Schneid almost lost control of it. He did. And some, I believe, maybe a penalty being handed out here. Doesn't look like it. The penalty box is once again empty. What has become a rarity this game. Shots on goal 30-18 in favor of Northwood. They lead 4-3 with 2:09 to go in the second period. Skated ahead and bodied off the puck and back the other way. And Schneid lost it in the skate. Schneid instead will just play it ahead. Here's an opportunity. Coombs shoots and a glove save. On a breakaway opportunity for Coombs. Looking for his second of the game. And now a face-off coming up in the St. Andrews end with 1:49 to go in the second period. Off the boards. Behind the net. Picked up by Schneid. Schneid tried to center it for Coombs, but that one picked off and sent the other way. Here come the Saints, and good passing there, and that centering pass was broken up. Now an opportunity in front, loose puck cleared away from harm's way, and Schneid in there got taken down, and now Batten will send it ahead for Ritter Coombs. Coombs almost got taken down there, ended up with number 15 bouncing off of him. And now all the way ahead. Mashuryakov couldn't get it. Here's an opportunity. Moving in. And now a turnaround shot was patted aside by Joseph Zelinik. And we hit 1 minute to go in the second period. Now ahead is Sparrow walking in and shooting. That one goes just over the top of the net. Rebounded off the side of the net. And now a long shot off the glove of the St. Andrews goaltender and wide of the net. Picked up the other way, here come the Saints. Moving it ahead. Jack Kent back there to play it. Kent just sends it right into the St. Andrews bench with 38.6 to go in the second period. 4-3 to the Huskies. The draw, it's one back. Long shot from the point. Oh, Zelinik lost it for a second, but able to cover it back up. I think he meant to cover from the start. And that takes a few seconds off the clock. We're down to 33.5. Face-off circle picked up by Bookbinder. Bookbinder off the boards, springs Bauman up ahead, 2-on-2, now 3-on-2. Bauman's attempted pass was broken up, and now the other way comes St. Andrews. Bookbinder will turn and send it around the boards and out of the zone. Final 10 seconds of period number 2. Skated ahead by St. Andrews, maybe one last opportunity. Instead, Jack Kent will send it up the ice, and period 2 ends. 4-3 Huskies off the beautiful goal by Ritter Coombs, and then 2 to come back by St. Andrews. Shots on goal 31-20 in favor of the Huskies. We'll go to second intermission, 4-3. looking guy. Let's strap them up. Back for the third period. Here we go. They switch sides again. Back the other way. And picked off by Bard, and Bard tried to send it back in. Here's Schmidt, who lost control. And look, that goes. This one away. And we got a stoppage 42 seconds in. Jack Kent turned it over, and now an opportunity the other way for St. Andrews. Here's a pass in front, now a cross. It's behind Zelinik. They score! Oh, what a disaster in the Northwood end. A little muffin got on goal, and it bounced over Zelinik, who lost control of it. And this game is tied at 4 after it was 4-1 Northwood about 5 minutes into the second period. And we have a tie game once again at 4-4. What a turn of events in Lake Placid, and now a bit of a false start. Immediately picked up by St. Andrews. They'll skate it ahead. Right in front, picked up by Schneid. Schneid sends it out for Coombs. Coombs lost control. Schneid picks it up into the zone. Schneid across, Batten's shot deflected over the glass. 18:43 to go in the third period. A quick goal on another freaky developing play in front of the net is the tying goal. So it's 4-4 with 18:43 to go in regulation, and St. Andrews has scored 3 unanswered to come back from a 4-1 deficit. Cross, skating it the other way, flipping it, and Zelinik thought about playing that, instead leaves it to go into the corner. Lurvik will send it up ahead. Here's Bauman skating it up the ice. Cole Bauman dishes. Now a pass across comes to Mashiryakov. Off the boards and out for Bookbinder. He shoots through traffic that rolls just wide. Now it's Mashiryakov at the point. That one sent back in behind the net. Bauman with a bit of an elbow there as St. Andrews will come out with it. picked up by Bookbinder. Bookbinder ahead for Flynn. Owen Flynn pushes it to Lurvik. Now for Bowden, who gets taken down. There's going to be no call on that. It comes out of the zone, and Jack Kent will turn and flex it back in, and the goaltender comes out to play it for St. Andrews. This one tied up in the St. Andrews end, and meanwhile it gets played out of the zone, and now Thornton with it. Thornton tried to get it across for Kent, but Kent didn't know where it was. And now Kent behind the net, and up ahead, DiNapoli chasing after it. DiNapoli lost control. Skating ahead, here's an opportunity. Taken down in the corner with it. Northwood player, looked like Jack Kent. And now behind the Northwood end, Jack Kent taken down again and being pinned to the ice here as St. Andrews digs that puck loose and tries to center it, but it's broken up and now played into the point instead. And meanwhile, that looked like DiNapoli got taken down, and now St. Andrews eventually forced out of the zone. Oh, here's a chance for Bard. He shoots and off the shoulder of the goaltender and into the seats. Bard was in on, that would look like a giveaway in the St. Andrews end. And here's a long pass ahead as Asbridge will get to it. But it's tied up, and now Lurvik will have to leave it there. Asbridge ahead for, and now it's sent across. Sends it ahead, sent all the way across. Across now and right out in front. Here's a shot, deflects in front. It's a loose puck, it's still loose, and now it's sent towards the net. And Zelinik is on top of it, and they will cover. And now some extracurriculars going on after the whistle, which has become a regular occurrence this game. 4-4 with 15:51 to go in regulation. And it does not look like the refs will be tossing anybody in the box this time for that scrum after the whistle. Shots on goal 32-22 in favor of Northwood. Kent sends it across. Cross-size pass, Batten didn't know where it was. Now he's able to send it ahead, and he goes into forecheck. Around the boards, Kent tried to keep it in but could not, and that one is going to ricochet all the way down the ice. Now Kent picks it up, sends it along now for Coombs. Ritter Coombs, all the way across. Here they come, Schneid to Batten, right in front for Coombs, and he lost control of it. Across. In comes St. Andrews, cutting to the net, stopped by Zelinik. Puck is loose in the corner, but it's picked up by Batten now. And now it's Bookbinder ahead for Ritter Coombs, who carries it ahead. Coombs to Schneid. Schneid sends it behind the net. It rolled for a minute. Coombs is tied up in the corner, has it taken away from him. Along the near side now, it's taken by Mashuryakov, and Mashuryakov sends it out of the zone to Henry Thornton, who skates it in and starts the rush all over again. Thornton drops it off. Mashuryakov trying to cut to the net, and right in front! Score! Nikita Mashuryakov! What a goal! 5-4 Northwood, and it looks like this one's going to get called back because the net was off when Mashuryakov scored the goal. And this is not good. That net was off, but clearly not off enough to where that would have been a make or break as to whether the puck went in the net. And that was a beautiful move by Mashirikov nonetheless. And as it stands right now, this will not count. And the referee's discussing this. Now the net was off while the play was occurring, but again, it didn't completely come off. One post was still in, and that was on the side where the puck went in the net. So this should have been. And as things stand, this will not count. This is ridiculous. Here's a quick shot that gets blocked. Around the boards, it's Zdanov to Mashirikov. Around the boards. And sent out of the zone. And now out again, and here comes St. Andrews the other way. Cutting in on goal. Around the net, maybe Zelinik should knock the net off and try to stop play that way. Disallow a goal. Behind the net now. Here come the Huskies. Mashirikov. Oh, gets clipped on the way in, and that's going to draw a penalty. And thank goodness it did. Mashirikov is down on the ice. He got completely upended there, being helped to his feet. This is the best forward for the Huskies, who just had a goal disallowed, and now he's getting... And he's headed off the ice. And the guy who hit him is going to the box. And the referee's finally calling a penalty here, but this is going to be, this should be more than 2 minutes. This was a dangerous play. This was late. He didn't have control of the puck. And it's only going to be 2 minutes. And I'm sorry, but I gotta say, this is an absolute catastrophe for the referees right now. Back to the point for Schneid. One-timer from Bookbinder blocked and an opportunity the other way. Back the other way, Ritter-Kroom sends it up ahead. I'm sorry, that's Bauman. Bauman tied up behind the net. So it's 4-4 after all that. Northwood with 1:20 of a power play left after that dangerous hit to Mashirikov. Here's Bauman moving in. He'll shoot wide of the net. In the corner, it's Coombs. And this one gets sent all the way out, and Zelinik will play it. Behind the net, Schneid. Pressured there, has it taken away. And this one sent that down so that St. Andrews can maintain possession with a little under 50 seconds to go on this power play. Mashirikov back the other way. Mashirikov skates it in. 3-on-2, cutting to the net, and he scores! Mashirikov makes it 5-4. Northwood, his first shift after being decked in neutral ice. And on the exact same play as that disallowed goal, he breaks the tie and it's 5-4 Northwood. And what's going on this time? And so this is This is going to be a power play goal for Mashirikov as he cut in using basically the exact same move as when he scored on that dislodged net earlier in the period. And this one sent down the ice. The Huskies finally get one back. They stop the St. Andrews run of 3 unanswered. And now it's Bard back the other way. This could be another opportunity for the Huskies. Bard loses control and actually got caught in the skates of the referees. Schmidt pressured along the boards. Ahead is Coombs. He'll send it ahead. Coombs. This one picked up and sent out of the zone. Ahead comes St. Andrews. Cross-ice pass chipped just wide. There was a wide open net there. Didn't get enough on it. Now behind the net. Picked up there by St. Andrews, trying a centering pass that went through a couple skates, but it's kept in by the Saints, and it's pitchforked behind the Northwood goal line where Lurvik will pick it up and start the rush the other way. Here's Schneid, sends it up. Here's Coombs, Ritter Coombs. Lost control, and now St. Andrews back the other way. Oh, and a good effort there by number 7 for St. Andrews. Here's a attempted chip by Coombs. Loose puck in front. Coombs gets taken down. Penalty. Is there going to be a penalty? They blew the whistle. And yes, it will be a penalty. 23 going off for St. Andrews. Looks like a timeout called by Northwood to deal with how they want to go about this power play. 10:58 to go in regulation. They're up 5-4. And they're going to go on the power play for 2 minutes after Ritter Coombs was taken down. Schneid will pick it up. Schneid. Along the near side for Mashirikov. Mashirikov ahead for a short-handed opportunity for St. Andrews. That got poked into the corner. Bauman for Batten, who sends it ahead. Batten shakes off a couple guys to Mashirikov to Schneid, a one-timer and a save. Into the corner. This one sent around behind. And now back the other way. Playing it in. And now back for Mashirikov. He'll cut. Mashirikov trying to cut, trying to centering pass. And now a short-handed 2-on-1 for the Saints. Moving it ahead. Pass across. What a save! Oh my goodness! Joseph Zelenik with the save of the game. Now another shot stopped by Zelenik. Oh my goodness. On a 2-on-1 what looked like a wide open tap in, and Zelenik reaches across with the toe. And now Northwood coming in and sending it around the side. This one popped up for a moment in the corner. Boy, oh boy, what a sequence of events here at the Olympic Center. Zelinick with probably the save of the season from him as he robs St. Andrews shorthanded 2-on-1 opportunity. This one turned and sent out of the zone. Back the other way. Into the corner. Bard picks it up. Bard dishes it to Trudeau. Trudeau skates it along. He gets tied up and out of the zone. And skating after it is Lervik, fresh off the bench. Gets it ahead, and now Schmidt will skate for it. Schmidt works it in, able to loosen the puck up, but now it's tied up in the corner, and now St. Andrews will come away with it. Moving in, cross-ice pass, one-timer goes just wide. And here come the Huskies the other way. Opportunity for Bard moving into the zone. Bard for Lasky, he lost control. Now it's picked up by Asbridge. Asbridge in the near side corner, gave it away to Schmidt. Schmidt across, Lervik shoots through traffic and looked like that one caught the blocker of the St. Andrews goaltender. At the point, it's Lervik shooting through traffic and that one gloved. 8:01 to go in regulation, 5-4 Northwood. And the reason it's not 5-5 is because of that man, Joseph Zelinick, with the save of the game right there. Good shot by Sparrow over the top of the net. Sent around by Asbridge. Bauman will turn and send it up the boards. Mashuryakov taken down there. St. Andrews guy goes down with him around the boards. Asbridge will send it ahead. Here comes Mashuryakov moving it in. Mashuryakov pitchforks it into the corner. That one, it went off the helmet of a St. Andrews player and out of the zone. And this one just sent back in. Moving it in, tied up there for a moment, into the corner. Jack Kent battling there, picked up by Owen Flynn. I'm sorry, that's Batten. Billy Batten behind the net. This one sent ahead for Coombs, use an opportunity. Coombs moving in, across for Schneid! It's in! James Schneid scores! It's a hat trick! It's 6-4 Northwood. It trickles across the line. Schneid with his third of the game. And the Princeton Comet with a hat trick. And Schneid puts it home, and it's 6-4 Northwood. Lasky tied up there, poked ahead, and now it's Bard moving it ahead. Devin Bard with the puck. Sends it up the ice. Behind the net, it's Bard. Bard looking, dishes, Schmidt. Schmidt to the point, shot by Zdanov, goes just wide, may have been a hard pass. And now it's Bard along the far side, turning and shooting. That one went through the crease, and now it's picked up by Zdanov. He tries to poke it ahead. Out of the zone, Schmidt went in for a hit there. Now it's Thornton with the puck. Just out of the reach of Mashuryakov. This one picked up. Glove down, across. Just under 6 minutes to go in regulation. 6-4 Northwood. They're out shooting St. Andrews 36-26. Here's a one-timer stopped by Zelenik, who adds another good save. Opportunity. Bauman moving it ahead, one-on-one. Bauman cuts it back, shoots. Oh, that went just wide as the goaltender was out of position. Mashuryakov tried a turnaround shot. That one blocked. Right in front. Bauman and a glove save as that one deflects into the corner. Sent into the Northwood end. Behind the net, it's Bookbinder. Off the boards goes Batten. Ahead. It's Schneid. Schneid skates it ahead with the puck. In he comes. Schneid shoots, and he was looking for his 4th goal of the afternoon. Instead, it's gloved to the side. And now walking in is Lurick. He shoots, and that one blocked it up and out of play. With 4:46 to go in regulation, the Huskies lead it 6-4, one away from having 40 shots on net in this game. And Schneid staying on the ice, looking for his 4th. We're gonna go try to win it back to Schneid for a one-timer, and he shoots, and that one goes just wide. Here's Batten. And now up ahead comes St. Andrews. Here's a attempted pass across that missed his target. Now up ahead comes Coombs. They'll start the rush for Northwood. Coombs will flip it into the zone. Behind the net, Batten in there to try and get it. Batten ties up a guy in the far side corner, but St. Andrews ultimately winds up with the puck. Out of the zone, sent ahead. Back it comes now, and turning and sending it around the boards. Zdanov in there to tie him up. Thornton loosens the puck up, and now it's picked up the other way. Lasky dishes it on to Bard. Bard tried to get it across to Schmidt. Instead, Lasky takes it and shoots, and a good save made there. And now taken down in the corner by Bard was a St. Andrews player. Now Bard falls to the ice. And now St. Andrews able to get it out of the zone with a little over 3:30 to go. This one broken up, right across the goal mouth then. An attempted centering pass was fanned on, and now out of the zone come the Huskies at Schmidt, sending it ahead, and Northwood will change up after a pretty hard shift there. Mashuryakov back on the ice. Takedown in the corner by Bauman. Mashuryakov in there digging for it. Mashuryakov taken down again. Off the boards, out to the point. Taken there, up ahead. 3 minutes to go in regulation. Around the boards for Kent. Kent turns, takes it now for Bookbinder. Bookbinder up the ice. Mashuryakov with a slash. Around the boards. This one knocked down, may have been a high stick. Now it goes off the referee, and now it's Lurvik sending it up the ice. Schneid with it. Lurvik sends it ahead. Batten picks it up, 2-on-1. Batten to Coombs. Oh, and he lost control of the puck. He couldn't handle the pass. Now it's Schneid throwing it across the crease, and Batten almost had it. Batten to Coombs right in front. Schneid shoots, save. Oh, and Coombs gets submarined on the far side, held down on the ice, and he's going to be running blood after that. Coombs in there. And now ahead come St. Andrews, moving it in. Lurvik up the ice. Across. Schneid avoids the collision. That's an offside for St. Andrews with 1:41 to go. And if you're St. Andrews, you got to think about pulling that guy right there pretty soon. A goaltender coming out to the edge of his crease, waiting for the outcome of this face-off. If St. Andrews is able to establish the zone, goaltender's going to run to the bench. Northwood wins the face-off there, preventing that from happening. Here comes Lasky moving it in. Lasky cuts it inside and shoots. A blocker save made there. Andrew Schmidt with a catch, and he gets it to himself. Now up to the point, it's Thornton. Thornton down low. This one taken there, sent around the boards. Long pass across. They're going to need to dump it in and establish the zone here. Goaltender is on the bench. Empty net for St. Andrews, 6 on 5. Back down low. And now right in front, a backhander stopped by Zelenik, and he'll hang on to it with 1:02 to go in regulation. And the net empty for St. Andrews. And looks like a timeout called here by St. Andrews. Timeout is over. Ready for the last minute and 2 seconds. With the net empty for St. Andrews. Picked up by Scheid. Sent down the ice. Just wide of the empty net. And an icing called. St. Andrews coaches relaying instructions. Face off with 55 seconds to go. Around the boards, right in front, loose puck, couldn't jam home there. Now a shot from the point goes wide of the net and behind. Jack Kent has it, looking for an option, sends it behind the net, turned over, right in front, and an opportunity was broken up there. At the point, long shot, turned aside by Zelenik. 30 seconds to play, in the corner. Here's Bookbinder to Batten. He sends it up the ice, and now for Scheid. Scheid ahead, Mashuryakov towards the empty net, off the side of the net, and now a penalty coming up. So St. Andrews will go on the power play with 11.2 seconds to go. It'll be 6 on 4 for St. Andrews. 11.2 seconds to play. The writing's all but on the wall, but knowing this game, anything could happen given how this game has gone so far. Picked up by Kent off the draw. Kent flips it back. 5 seconds. In the corner. Off the boards. Clock hits zeros. And the Huskies bounce back with a 6-4 win. And now some extracurriculars after the final horn. Ritter Coombs getting involved with... And we've got, and the entire Northwood bench has cleared as there's a huge scrum there. Devin Bart has his helmet off. Coombs is restraining there, and we've got more fisticuffs as the entire Northwood bench is out there, and Trudeau tied up on the far side with a St. Andrews player as this chippiness is carried over past the horn. Oh, and some more pushing and shoving. The game, they're still pushing and shoving, and some more as Mastrigakov being restrained. Everyone being restrained, and the referees will try to break this up. And chaos at the end of this game as the frustration boiling over. We'll see how this carries out into the handshakes. Final score 6-4 Huskies. They bounced back after an 8-5 loss last night, and they split the weekend series with Prep Hockey Conference rival St. Andrews 1-1. They outshoot them 42-29, 6-4 win. Joseph Zelinik gets the win and quite possibly the best save of the season. And as we continue with the handshakes here, that's all from the Olympic Center. Final score 6-4 Northwood as they win this afternoon matinee over St. Andrews and finish the weekend 1-1. That's all from the Olympic Center. I'm Gus Garvey for your play-by-play. So long.